clearance on these things. Okay, got the X5 on the lift.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Back in Thüringen. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon and I'm heading towards Joseph's workshop, which I've given you a couple of updates on before, and yeah, see how he's got on. I know there's been a few changes since I last saw him. He sent me a few photographs, so I thought it was a good time to give you guys an update. So I'm quite excited to see what he's achieved, and he says he's working in there, so let's see what he's doing.
Turned up, and yeah, you can see the difference already. Josef has already put in one of the roller shutters, which he had, I think in the last video it was all packed up on the floor in there, but now it is in. So he's had this these walls built left and right, and he put the steel in, and yeah, it looks very impressive, very impressive. He's also got some power now, which he's running everything off. So he's actually working in here already, and he's put up a lift, and he's got clients' cars here. He's got all of his trucks here, which we saw at the other workshop, but obviously now they've got way more space. And you can actually see them better because there's so much more light in here. These pieces of glass, they're made up of, you can see them where they've been broken. They're sort of about 300 mil wide and 4 meters high. That gives you an idea of exactly how high this building is. And I hate to think what they weigh, but they've been vandalized over the years and they've been broken, so certain sections are completely gone, unfortunately. But what the plan is to, in fact this section is complete, is to remove the good ones from the broken areas, as it were, and then use them to fill up these parts. And then what he'll do is the parts which are, you know, the areas which are then left open, he's going to put some here, this stuff, this corrugated metal, and block in the gaps, insulate, and also put in windows within that those metal sections. So we were just talking about these glass sections here and wondering what they'd weigh, so I have to work that out later, but it's going to be very heavy. I think it's about 10 mil glass, so 10 mil by 300 millimeters wide by 4 meters. That's got to be pretty heavy. But yeah, he's got somebody there working on a car at the moment, so I'm not going to go around there and bother him, but I'll go back when the other guy leaves. But you can really see these bore trucks now in all their glory. I mean, you have to zoom out like everything here. Very, very cool. Look at the clearance on these things, they're vast. You can just so easily get under there. They're very cool indeed. I think he's going to sell one of these. And here's the Golf. The Mark II Golf, which is lowered on white BBS alloys, and the Trabant, obviously. And it's so cool to be able to film in here because you've got so much more light. So I don't know if it's open, it's probably locked. Yeah, it is locked, unfortunately, but for those of you who've never seen a Trabant, the old cardboard cars from the GDR, this is one of them. This is a, what model is this? A 601S. So I believe that has 601cc, and God knows how many horsepower. It's even got a tow hook, for crying out loud. Let's have a look. Is this one locked as well? Oh, it's all locked up, but yeah, you can see inside more or less how basic they are. And yeah, this one needs a bit of work, obviously. He's got a roll cage in there, so presumably he's got some plans for this car, and 100 parts in the back here.
Yeah, there's some original parts there, which is pretty cool. Very cool.
This here is the next roller shutter door. Oops, here we go. And that's going to go in on the other end, obviously. And he said the bricklayer has been here today and has been putting stuff in. Takes ages to walk everywhere here. You can see all of the stuff that he's now taken out of his other garage. Most of his motorbikes, as I said, all of the good ones, the really valuable ones, they're at his house because he's got a barn at his house. But this is what the bricklayer's been doing. So let me just zoom out. Building exactly the same solution at this end as he's got down there. The only difference is, I guess, is this one has an integrated door in it, and let's go back out here, and this one's got an extra door. So he says the next stage of the work is to, as I said, take out some of these good pieces of glass, fill in the glass down there. So you've got one wall is done, and essentially what he's going to do with this section above the roller shutter is to put that metal which is over here to fill that in, just so it smartens it up but also makes it slightly more weather tight. Because essentially, if you look around here, I mean it's just outside temperature in here. It's quite cold at the moment, so obviously making it watertight. There's also a massive hole in the ceiling there. I didn't realize that the last time I was here, but there's some, I don't know, some damage here or something to the ceiling, so that's got to be fixed as well. So this is the RSJ, which is identical to the one down there, which will be installed on the top of that roller shutter down there. So he reckons by the end of next week he'll have that door in, which is pretty ambitious, but knowing him, he'll probably manage it.
Okay, morning guys. It's the day after visiting Josef's garage, and as you can see, I'm now wearing work clothes, so I'm headed off there to give him a hand with some of his cars, some of his customers' cars, but I'm also planning to do an oil change on the X5 because it needs it, but also we're driving to the UK for Christmas, which is really cool. We haven't been as a family back to the UK for, I think, over 5 years, so it's high time that we all left. I think we're going over with six of us are going over, so we're going to be jam-packed into my mum's house, so we're really looking forward to that. And yeah, so get the oil done, help Joseph out with some projects, and see if I can do some filming. I really want to get that crane on film because yesterday when I was there, he showed me really quickly it moving and everything that it does with the power on, but I didn't get a chance to film it, so that's what I'm going to try and do today.
Okay, got the X5 on the lift, just had a quick inspection, everything looks pretty good. Just removed this inspection plate to drain the oil. But if you remember, like 2 years ago, I didn't put much on the channel about it, but I did a huge amount of work on the X5. I put new suspension components at the front, replaced a seal on the rear differential and changed all of the oils, took out the engine and gearbox. I didn't take the engine out, took the gearbox out. To do a bit of work on that. So yeah, it's all looking pretty good. Oil's looking pretty clean, which is a good sign of the engine, Joseph tells me. Happy with that. I'm a bit early on changing the oil actually. It's got one green bar left, but we're driving to England like in a month or so, so it's better to get it done now.